Hello, welcome to my life on paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. Today is day 15 of Follow Sketch February, and our sketch is by Stacy Daubenberger. I'm also playing along with Mad About Mini Paper Pads, where we use any kind of mini paper pad as long as it's less than 12 by 12. And first I thought about with this sketch using, a couple pieces of paper to piece them together for that inside piece. And then I thought, well, what if I use a stencil? That way, if there are overlapping pieces, you won't see the seam. Um, Obviously, if you have a stencil, right? So I tried a couple different stencils on the back of my paper, or stencils, inks, and I ended up using Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide. And I won't show you the whole thing, but I'm gonna start and show you how I move the stencil, line it up, and start again. Now, the other part of this is that you barely see any of the stencil later because my photos are bigger. So I've got two photos that are currently 4x6 that I will trim down to 3.5 by 5. But by the time I get everything on, you can see like almost like a frame of the stenciling. My photos are from last January. We had a big snowfall, and my husband, here we go. So we take hold that thought. I'm going to take the stencil. You'll see me take the stencil off in a moment and then adjust it. But the pictures, oh, my husband, so I was at a scrapbooking weekend, and he took a wine bottle to show how many inches of snow we had, and then as well as a yardstick. And that's on the other photo. You'll see that too. So that's in my backyard. So, and I know that it's not perfect, but especially the middle part, I knew it was going to be behind photos, so I wasn't too worried. I I I just eyeballed the 2 inches on the top. I eyeballed 2 inches on the left. When it came to using the stencil, I didn't want to use the whole stencil, so I used the ruler to cover up 2 inches, so I wouldn't go past that. Here's where I'm thinking my pictures are too big. Um, and let's also talk about, you can change up the picture. So I could have just done one picture. I could have done, heck, a 5x7 probably. I could also see doing 4 photos, um, replacing the 4x6 by two smaller ones, or 3.5 by 5 even. So that's what I'm going to try to do next month for Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches, is make, instead of always searching out the perfect photos to fit the perfect dimensions, more start, because I'm working on January right now, so I want to stick in January, get those January photos done rather than jump around like I've been doing. So we will see how well I do. I will report back and tell you if that's good or not, if that's going well. And then the other thing is I promised to show you how I organize my photos. So that is on um, my list of things to do as well. I have exciting news in that I am going to be starting on a couple new design teams. I will have a second video up today for the crafting dragon designs, which I will have linked below. It's an Etsy shop. There are digital items, which I'm going to be using to make a layout. And then there's also like junk journal type things that you can actually purchase and have shipped to you. So be looking for that. All right, this um, paper pad that I have is a 6x6, and it is from Colorbach, which I got at uh, Walmart a super long time ago. It was probably my first paper pad that I ever, or mini paper pad that I ever bought. And I always love a good monochromatic layout, so that's what this is going to be. I picked, oh, the other thing is did I chose gray rather than white. I have a lot of cardstock, and was making a choice to use some cardstock rather than just the white I've been going through, which I do love a white background as well. And I need to have another sale next week at Hobby Lobby so I can pick up some more 12 by 12 white cardstock. But so that's why the gray. And I picked out grays that would match this background. And then I also wanted different shades of the gray. to coordinate, I guess, not match necessarily, but coordinate. And so to make it more interesting, so I just grabbed 3 different grays. You will see me get one more sheet of pattern paper before this is done. And I'm just eyeballing them up. I did not measure anything out. In fact, those strips, I think I each, once I trimmed them, I took off like a quarter of an inch to make them a little bit thinner. So here's the one, two, three, fourth pattern paper. It's a gray with a white, because I didn't have anything like that. I mean, there is white on the gray, but this is like a big splash of white. The one underneath is like white with gray. So I changed it up a little bit. And they're all different, obviously, patterns and different kind of size patterns. So here I am pulling part of it off because I put the side with a, oh, it looks like a dotted line facing out to the left. So I had to put it into the right so that it gets buried under the pictures. Now I follow this, other than changing up the photos, I follow this sketch very closely. But the one thing that you should realize is that, you know, those little doilies, I'm gonna use snowflakes and I'm gonna use a circle punch to do those. And that's gonna be about it for embellishing. But you certainly could take a ton of different embellishing type stuff, and layer them together in like a cluster instead of just doing this. So I usually have a rather simple design that I do, but you can always add as much as you like. There are no rules in scrapbooking, which is the greatest part about it. Well, one of the greatest parts about it. There's so many great things about scrapbooking. We could talk for days on that. Anyway, I did pull out that one punch. It was too small, so I got my other punch out. I've got several punches, uh, circular punches, so I can just pull those out and use them as I need them. Got my creative, I have my close to my heart pad underneath me so that when I stamped, I got a good impression there. And the snowflake my kids got me for Christmas, it's Park Lane, so it's from Joann's. I found these Simple Stories foam stickers, and they're kind of fun. Um, this one, I don't know what the name of this one is. Oh, hold on, it's right here. I can look. So Simple Stories Hearth and Home. And I ended up pulling out 2 stickers to use as, I don't know, I guess the title and subtitle. Laugh Often and Let's Stay Home. And they're both in black. And I definitely did laugh when I saw the wine bottle out there. And then I was scrapbooking that weekend. However, with getting all that snow, it's a good time to stay home. Now, I think it was yesterday, I had leftover vellum, so I took my tab punch and I punched them, and I'm just gonna rest that up um, under the snowflake on the top because I see there's like a little blue piece of paper, and so that was my nod towards that, and there you go. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the end where it's hidden under the snowflake. The last thing I do is take my white linen dilution spray and I will sprinkle that all over, giving a nod to snow. And that's it. Make sure you check out below the playlist for it'll be a playlist for Follow Sketch February, and then I'll have a list of everybody that's playing along with Mad About Mini Paper Pads. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you have a fabulous day. Go check out my other video today, and if you haven't yet subscribed, I would ask that you please consider subscribing.